This is the time and place for a city commission meeting in Huron, South Dakota. It is April 29th, 2024. Roll call, please.
Smith.
Here.
Weinrice.
Here.
Bragg.
Here.
Harvey.
Here.
Mayor Harrington.
Here. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Agenda approval tonight. Is anybody on? I look for, there's nobody on our commission over there.
Don't look at me, I don't have a vote.
Nobody to my right, so I guess I better look to the left. Is there anybody that has any additions or deletions to the agenda tonight? Seeing none, as far as the people online, is there any additions or deletions you guys saw?
No, sir.
Thank you. All right. I need approval of the motion to approve the.
Move to approve the agenda.
Commissioner Smith moves to approve the agenda. Need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Harvey. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrice.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Public forum. Public forum is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. Please state your name and address for the record. Does the commission have any public forum issues tonight they'd like to speak to? People online have any public forum they'd like to speak to tonight?
I do not.
Okay. All right, moving. We have two of them. We have two of them from the audience so far tonight. Rob Rieger, would you like to come up?
Rob Rieger, 1329 Kansas, Water Sewer Superintendent. I'm here to remind everybody that it rained over the weekend, and to put your sump pumps out to the street would be greatly appreciated. Our flows at the wastewater plant increased dramatically over the weekend. So if everybody could switch those valves, go down to the basement, switch the valves from going into sanitary sewers out to the street, to your front yard, whatever. And if you don't see your neighbor with his hose out in the front yard yet, and it normally is, go over and remind him, will you? That's all I got.
All right, thanks, Rob. Appreciate
Thank you.
that. You bet. All right, Ben?
Ben Chase, 1860 Riverview. Just want to remind everyone, encourage everyone to come to the play the Huron Area Community Theater is putting on this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7 o'clock, and then a matinee show on Saturday at 2. It's a really good play. I kind of have a personal investment in it, but it's also really, you'll cry and you'll laugh in the same evening. So it's a very good play.
Is that the Fine Arts Center?
At the Fine Arts Center.
All right, thanks, Ben.
Name of the play.
It's called The Tin Woman.
Had many great reviews, speaking of plays, many great reviews of the high school play that was put on the last couple nights, so that's always encouraging. Okay, we'll move on. Consent agenda. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and would be acted upon by the commission at one time without discussion unless a member of the commission requests an opportunity to address any given item. Items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. All right, consent agenda for tonight, minutes for April 22nd, 2024, City Commission, 4.1. 4.2, set May 13th as the public hearing date to consider 2024-2025 malt beverage and South Dakota farm wine licenses. 4.3, personnel. I recommend the transfer of Arnold Case from Solid Waste Maintenance 1 to Central Park, Splash Central, and Community Campus Center Maintenance 2 for the Park and Recreation Department. Number 2, recommend Sydney Aru as the Solid Waste Maintenance 1. Number 3, recommend Daniel Copeland as Solid Waste Maintenance 1. And number 4, 2024 seasonal hire and recommendations for park and recreational and golf maintenance. Entertain a payment of the bills, 4.4.
I would make a motion
Make
to
a motion
approve.
to approve.
A motion to approve by Mr. Weinrich. I need a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Harvey. Need a roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrice.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay. All right, moving on to bid quote items. And I will have, who am I having between the bid quote? Brett's here. Oh, Brett is here. Yeah. Good evening, Brett. We'll have our city engineer, Brett Runge, talk to us about bid quote items. 5.1, please.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. 5.1, consider payment request number 1 to Key Contracting, Inc. for bid number 2024-09 sanitary sewer manhole lining in the amount of $95,858. So this was actually not a bid, this was just a payment here. We didn't bid, it was less than $100,000 worth of work. So we did not bid this out. We received quotes and contracted directly with Key Contracting. This is, we look at the manholes around town that need to be relined or repaired the most, and then we put them to the top of the list, and we brought Key Contracting in to kind of bring them back to life. We were able to do about 20 manholes with this year, and yeah, the payment for that is $95,858. It's a little bit stronger than what we had budgeted. I believe we budgeted 92 or 93,000 on that, but there was a couple of items when they got here. There was a couple of them were leaking, like water was actually spraying in through the joints after. You don't see it until they sandblast the manhole, and then it removes the calcium carbonate and whatnot that's there, and then all of a sudden spraying in. So they have to inject it with grout and stuff. So that's where there was a little bit of overrun. Anyways, they did a good job. They're done out of town, and we recommend payment of this pay request.
Okay. Need a motion?
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Harvey, motion is approved. Need a second?
Second?
Second, Commissioner Smith. Any discussion on this item for, yes, Commissioner Smith.
Brett, Key Contracting is the same contractor that we've been using all along for the manhole lining, correct?
That is correct, all except for 1 year. And we are working on a warranty claim for that 1 year that we didn't use them. And the company that we're trying to go back to for that warranty claim is not responsive. I don't know that they exist at this point. So from that, it's always a challenge when you go to bid a project and you're not sure who the low bidder is going to be. So to some degree, this is why we can kind of control who we get into town by doing, some quoting on this and making sure the pricing is reasonable from the quotes. So yes, that is the contractor that we've been using. We actually use the same contractor out at the wastewater pretreatment facility, and our concrete channels where the wastewater runs through were all deteriorating, and they came in and brought those back to life. Basically, they line them with a polymer type lining and last for 50 plus years after we do that. So we've had very good luck with their work.
Yeah. After for 5-6 years, haven't we?
Yeah, longer than that before I was here, Rob. Probably the last 10, 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
And-
Correct.
Unreasonable question, but how far along are we to have them all of them done?
A long ways. And the advantage of lining them is we don't have to dig it up and put in a new manhole, which is obviously a cost associated with that. But then there's bypass pumping for the sewage that you would need while you're doing that. They're able to do this work without, in most cases, without bypass pumping. And they're able to be able to just allow the sewer to operate while they're doing the work, so.
Yeah, I've seen some of the, prior to their work, the walls crumbling and the bricks all, no concrete left, and that's a
So-
mess. I'm surprised we haven't had a lot of problems with that.
So interesting enough, you mentioned that, 3rd Street and Lincoln, we had a manhole collapse 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I believe it was, and it was an emergency repair, and we had to bring a contractor in, and the only one available at that time to do it came out of Sioux Falls. And then there was significant bypass pumping that was required for that. And I don't think it was quite $100,000, it was $80,000, I think it was, something like that, for them to do that. It was that manhole, you can already scrape the side of the wall away, and that was done as part of this job. But that's 2 years ago, and that there's enough gas in that manhole that's being lift station pumps into there, and there's enough gas that's being released in that manhole that it's already deteriorating the inside of it.
So once we spin it and put new lining in it, how long does that last?
We haven't really seen the end of it, but I'd say 40 years probably would be a pretty safe bet on most of that. You know, I mean, it kind of gives that manhole structural stability. Half the manholes that we did on this list are actually brick manholes.
Yeah.
So if you think about when was the last time that a manhole was made cast out of bricks,
Yeah.
right? Like little 1950s,
Yeah.
70s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
So, yep.
That's one of them I saw that was all mold.
So I mean, it's amazing that they've been here that long, but yeah, the neat part is they come back in and on a brick manhole like that, they basically spin cast it on the inside. It looks like a round manhole when they're done, and basically extends its life.
Yeah, well worth the money. Any other questions for Brett on this item? Need a roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrice.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay, all right. Moving on to petitions and communications. Looks like Brett, you got about 4 of them here to go through tonight for us, if you would, please. 6.1,
I got the first one.
pardon me?
I think I got the first one.
You got the first one? All right, Pauline, our financial
Sorry
director.
about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, this is the public hearing on a new license for Toasted Coconuts and Company. It's a malt beverage wine, South Dakota wine license.
Okay,
We received no comments. It's been inspected by the fire chief and the building inspector, and we recommend approval.
okay. Need a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Make a motion.
I make a
I'll
mo-
second.
Okay, we have a motion approved by Commissioner Smith. I have a second by Commissioner Weinrich. Any questions on this item for Paul Lynn? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrice.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. All right, moving on. I'm sure you could have answered 6.1, but we'll move on to 6.2, the city engineer, Brett Runge.
All right, well, thank you, Mayor. 6.2, consider construction administration agreement with Infrastructure Design Group for Dakota Avenue improvements for an hourly not-to-exceed fee of $289,411 and authorize the mayor to sign. So the engineering department, we received a proposed agreement from Infrastructure Design Group, and this is to provide construction administration, observation, which would include observation of the construction that's working on downtown and through Dakota Avenue, and also the survey that's going to be required for that project. And the hourly not-to-exceed fee is $289,411. Now, Stockwell Engineers provided the design for this, if you recall. This is our streetscape portion, the trees, it's the utilities, we're replacing the water main down Dakota Avenue, and then we have some spot repairs of sanitary sewer. But in an effort to capitalize off from, to reduce overall fees and to be more cost effective, we're looking to share some time in town because we're here in South Dakota. We're not, close to some of these consultants, which a lot of them come out of Sioux Falls in this case, right? And so we already have Infrastructure Designs Group that's going to be in town for 4th Street reconstruction. They're in town for 3rd Street Bridge, which is a 4 or 5 year long project that's been delayed for various reasons, which we finally got bid. And then we're also in town for Jersey Avenue drainage improvements. So there's several projects that they're in town to do work on. Those aren't necessarily projects that were all given to them in 1 year. That's just the way the schedule's worked out, that they'll be in town at the same time here. So it just makes sense to share that time while they're in town to work on this project. So we've worked with Stockwell and with Infrastructure Design to try to be efficient here and to lower the fees. So that's why we're looking at doing this and bringing them in. We will still have Stockwell involved for questions and for shop drawing review and different things in the streetscape portion. And that's an agreement that comes next on the agenda here. But we're piecing these together to try to save money, and it's saving a substantial amount on the project here. So anyways, the other thing to look at is it sounds like a lot of money, $289,411. Typical construction administration on projects is 7 to 8% of the product construction cost, right? And the construction cost that we have on this project is around $4,298,000. So that 8% is around $340,000. So we were going to be within that in the end here with what our CA is, our construction administration. Anyways, we budgeted $300,000. I was also going to note that we budgeted $300,000 in the end. So this is under that. When we add Stockwell's agreement, we'll be slightly over it by about $15,000. But as we've seen, everything is kind of escalated on this project. But we recommend approval of this agreement and request authorization to sign it.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Harvey,
Second?
second by Commissioner Smith. Is there any questions for Brett on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Thank you. Okay, moving on to 6.3, Brett.
So this is the second part of that. So 6.3, consider construction administration agreement with Stockwell Engineers, Inc., for Dakota Avenue improvements for an hourly time and materials fee of $24,000. And that is actually, that should be $24,900, and authorize the mayor to sign. So this is the next part. So Stockwell, we will still need their services to provide, they designed the plans for this, for the downtown streetscape portion. There'll be questions, there'll be shot drawings that come in. They have underneath this contract a structural engineer and an electrical engineer that'll have to review shop drawings, because some of those monuments that are being built downtown are significant. So there's structural engineering involved in those. So they'll have to do the shop drawing review and sign off on those in the end. There's also electrical for like the uplighting that we're doing on the trees and the sprinkler control system and some of the other controls that we have. So we'll have an electrical engineer involved, also for shop drawing review and final inspection. So that is all included in this fee of $24,900. And again, we budgeted $300,000, so if you add this together with that last agreement, we're around $15,000 over what we budgeted. We recommend approval and request authorization to sign it.
Okay. Need a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Make a motion.
Move-
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion to approve. Weinrich, need a second?
Second.
Mr. Smith, a second. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. All right, moving on to 6.4, Brett.
Okay, now this is the third part of these construction administration agreements and our little plan to get this done at a reduced fee and cost effectively. So 6.4, consider construction administration agreement with Infrastructure Design Group for 4th Street reconstruction for an hourly not to exceed fee of $99,771.75 and authorize the mayor to sign. So this is the 4th Street reconstruction project that will be going on this summer. We will be sharing time on this project. Our Infrastructure Design Group will be sharing time on this project along with the Dakota Ave project, since they'll be going along at the same time. 4th Street is being rebuilt from the 3rd Street Dam to Custer Avenue, so a little over a mile. Of this $99,000, almost $100,000, $99,771.75, half of that is surveying. There will be a significant amount of surveying required for this project because they're going to cut the road down, rebuild it back up. There will be blue topping for the subgrade before we put gravel on, and then once the gravel's put on the road, there's blue topping again, and we pave it. By paying a little bit more for survey and to do that survey for the blue topping, right, we know that we get the grade to where it needs to be, and we don't overrun on gravel or asphalt in that case, right, which will be really expensive. So it's worth doing that kind of construction survey on these jobs and making sure it gets built to the design. The construction contract for that was $2,023,270.94. We budgeted for construction and engineering $2,240,000, although that's not all 2024 budget. Some of that runs into 2025 because they're not gonna pave until next year. So, but if you add that together, we're around $115,000 under budget yet. So we recommend, approval of the agreement and request authorization to sign it.
Okay.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Harvey, motion to approve.
Second.
Yes, second by Commissioner Weinrich. Any questions for Brett on this item?
I have
Yes,
a couple of
Commissioner
them.
Smith, yes.
In there. I appreciate your optimism that we're still under budget, but it is a project. The project isn't done yet, Brett. Can you give me kind of a visual of taking that curve out? Is that gonna, like, from about, help me out on the angle on that.
So, right now, if you're familiar with Fourth Street, at the old Dakota Pork facility up there, there's a pretty sharp curve to the north. And with putting this, the new solid waste transfer station on that street now, we wanted to straighten that up and realign that so it's a more direct route and it's a safer route to drive, because there'd be truck traffic on that. There'd just be more traffic in general on that. So the road, we're straightening out that curve, which starts from the Dakota Pork facility, which is the big, tall building with lots of pigeons in it right now. And that's gonna go to the west to about where, help me out, Sherman Ave, right? Sherman Avenue. That goes to the solid waste facility, that goes to the current solid waste facility now. So that's the realignment, the main realignment that you're gonna see in there, about 1,000 feet or so. As part of that realignment, we have water main already installed in that hill, and we're gonna take that hill down, so we're not going way up over a hill and down. So it's gonna be more of a nice path, because we're also making this a walking, where we're doing a widened shoulder, so we can have pedestrian traffic walk out to the community gardens, right? And it's just good to take the road, that hill out. It'll be better for traffic in general. Our water main becomes too shallow. So there's about 600-700 feet of water main that we have to reinstall deeper as part of this project. But in the end, it'll be a better thing in the end, I guess, is what I'm looking at. So, but that's the realignment is from the old Dakota Pork facility to Sherman Avenue.
Would that require a new main then? Or
Yeah,
can you
it'll be,
reuse
we are gonna salvage the pipe, but it'll be new pipe that they install, correct? Yep.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Brett on these items, any of these items? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Craig.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. All right, moving on to ordinances and resolutions. I'm going to call on our city attorney, Tucker Valesky, to talk to us about 7.1.
Thank you, Mayor. Commissioners, 7.1, first reading ordinance number 2260-23-413, zoning ordinance type 2 home occupation, and set the second reading for May 13th, 2024. This revises the zoning ordinance. It strikes motorized vehicle detailing from type 3 major effect home occupation permitted to a type 2 moderate effect use. It also adds to type 3 major effect uses involving a commercial vehicle other than an automobile or standard pickup truck, food processing or packing for for sale off the premises, small engine repair within a building or storage area, and sales of clothing items. Those are all added under type 3.
Move to approve first reading.
Mr. Smith moves to approve the first reading. Need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Harvey. Any questions for Tucker on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay, moving on. We're going to be early, so how do you people in the audience want to handle it? Is everybody here, do you think, that wants to be here?
For the, I mean, for the alcoholic
For the
beverage
last
thing?
item on our,
Yeah, we said 6 o'clock. If they're not here, then they're not here.